Welcome back to SV Blown Away. We are Natalie, Ian and Nelson, and together we live a life less ordinary. And with our autopilot and our wind instruments on board, it was time for us to leave Lefkas. So with a favourable north wind, we decided to set sail south towards Vlieho. We had hoped while we were in Lefkas that we would find somebody that would help with the installation of the autopilot, but with the beginning of the season approaching swiftly, that simply wasn't the case. So we may just as well be somewhere more picturesque if we have to do the work ourselves. It was the Corinthians back in the 7th century BC that built the new town of Lefkas. They started the construction of the canal that separates Lefkada from the mainland in 650, turning Lefkada into an island. And in more modern times, it's used by thousands of yachts every year as a shortcut through the Ionian. And on a busy summer's day in August, you would have no chance of sailing this canal. But on a cold, wintry day like today, it's completely empty. Just us, a few fishermen, and some birds. So with no schedules to follow, we are going to ghost our way south. So pull up a chair, grab yourself a coffee, sit down and relax. 10 minutes of chilled out sailing under headsail. The road from the mainland passes over the canal at its northern end via a floating bridge which opens on the hour from 0600 to 2200 and on request outside of those times. The bridge supposedly keeps listening watch on VHF channel 12, Floating Bridge Santa Mora, but this is not always the case. And Lefkas Marina to starboard is a popular charter base. Many charter fleets keep their boats here all year round, making the Ionian possibly one of the busiest places in Greece. The canal, which is dredged to a depth of 5 to 6 metres along most of its length, is occasionally shallow in places, especially at its northern entrance. The northern part of the canal runs between training walls as far as Lefkas town and is marked by lateral markers. The Lefkas Canal runs for around 3.5 miles through low-lying land. The salt flats surrounding the canal play host to many migratory birds, including flamingos. In places the channel is quite narrow, and the north-going and south-going yachts may be competing for the deeper water in the centre of the channel. There is a speed limit of 4 knots in the canal, and sometimes an appreciable current of 1 to 1.5 knots, generally south going. As you exit the canal on the southern end, there are a couple of shipwrecks to port. They're above high water and clearly visible. Once clear of the canal and into open water, we jibe our headsail and turn towards Skorpios Island, made famous by the Onassis family. Slowly losing the wind as we head past Nidri, we turn into Tranquil Bay, ready to drop anchor. With the headsail flaked away on deck and the anchors set for the night, it's time to light the fire, open a bottle of wine, sit back and relax. Thank you very much Tim and Bushy for your coffee donations, much appreciated. Finally, a big shout out to Matthew Clark from Jersey. Thank you for becoming our first Patreon. The t-shirt is on its way to you, sir. As always, we hope you enjoyed the video. This one was a bit different. It's not often we get to do that kind of relaxed sailing. I enjoyed it so much, I wanted to share it with you all. Look forward to seeing you again next week.
How did that work? You ended up in the sunshine.
I'm cold.